Hello friends and fellow VEDSies, it's September the 25th, and you know what that means. That's right, it means that every single thing that I have checked out of the library is due today. You actually would have had no way of knowing that at all. And I thought while I was going to the library, I would finally do the Nerdfighter Note Challenge. I have some pre-written Nerdfighter post-its that I'm going to put in various books at the library. So I had 5 Nerdfighter notes, and rather than just select a bunch of John Green or Maureen Johnson novels like I usually do, I decided to pick books that I've read in the past year or two that I've really liked, and that I hope other people really like too. The only exception is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, which unfortunately was checked out of the library at this time, so instead I did Paper Towns. The Ashland Public Library, where I am now a regular patron now that I'm living back home, always kind of surprises me a little bit when I come back to it after a long hiatus, like, say, when I leave town for college. The thing about public libraries is you expect them to reflect the area in which they are located. That just makes sense. The public has a lot of control over what is in the library and how the library is run, and so you expect that a big city, for example, is going to have a pretty good-sized library. And while Ashland is really technically the cultural hub of Ashland County, that's really not saying a whole lot when you consider Ashland County. And so I always forget that the Ashland Public Library is as good as it is. I tend to judge libraries and bookstores by the size and the selection of their young adult section, because that's kind of what I'm into, and that's kind of a branch of novels that's underrepresented a lot of times. And the Ashland Public Library does have a really good young adult literature section. They even have a spot for books for tweens. I mean, they actually have a sign that points to books for tweens. What other library has that? I mean, you generally want libraries to appeal to younger people because you want to encourage teenagers especially to read. But when a library jumps straight from children's books to adult books, then it's kind of easy to see why a lot of teenagers lose interest in reading. So yeah, support your local libraries. I did that thing again where I recorded stuff and then didn't record a conclusion, and now it's almost 10. So, Nerdfighter Note Challenge complete. A couple of quick housekeeping things. Actually, really just one. Just one housekeeping thing. And that housekeeping thing relates to the thumbnail challenge. For those of you who are participating in the thumbnail challenge, I don't think I ever assigned a deadline, and that deadline is going to be October 1st, the end of VEDS. If you need more time, just let me know and I'll give you more time. But for now, we'll say October 1st. And I will put an email address in the description of this video and every other VEDS video until the end of the month for you to email those to. And with that, another day is done, and I will see you tomorrow. Just a forewarning, tomorrow is a very special day that's going to involve some mushiness. See ya. They're so very posh.